Hi everyone, today three topics. First one is silver. Today silver hit $66 per ounce. It's all-time high. We've never seen this price before in our history in silver. So what silver price telling us? I think it's a warning. It's a warning that financial system, fiat currency, is completely collapsing, completely falling apart. As also we see the German economy is collapsing. Volkswagen, just they're closing their doors. So it's unprecedented. We've never seen, in history, that the German engine of Europe, economy engine of Europe, is collapsing in so fast pace. I think next year we will see massive riots, massive protests in Germany, and it can lead to sort of collapsing European Union. I think we definitely will see some countries would like to escape European Union. Also, in my opinion, the US, Mr. Trump, is playing now to divide European Union. As he said, he sees this, just the European leaders as a weak guys. So he addresses what he thinks about them. European Union tried to diminish and water down Mr. Trump's words, but they know that without the US support, the European Union and NATO is doomed, absolutely doomed and cooked, to be honest, right? So the second topic that I want to cover today is this peace talks. So guys, let me be fully honest and clear here. All these peace talks, from my perspective, this is distraction. Absolutely distraction, 100%. It's not about any peace at all, whatsoever. Why? It's simple like that. Imagine if really Western countries, really Western politicians, like for instance Mr. Macron, Mr. Starmer from UK, Mr. Merz from Germany, if they really want to peace with Russia, in my opinion, just on this level, they should just give a call to Mr. Putin, directly. And when you see what is going on, there is no any involvement between the Western countries, the Western so-called powers, right? France, the UK, Germany. They completely, just trying to avoid any direct contact with Moscow. So it's clear to me, it's obvious to me that there is no about, peace. They try to buy some time for this project, Ukraine, right? And why is that? Because almost all of these politicians, they are globalists, they are neocons. They are not interested in peace in Ukraine, but mainly their interest is to weaponize Ukraine and to weakening Russia. That's the goal. That's the final goal. And I think Mr. Putin and the Russians know it. And they know that sooner or later, even if, let's say, from some reason, Russia will accept, this peace proposal, I don't think it will happen, but let's assume for a moment, okay, it's happening, right? And, there will be sort of the peace, reached. So escalation is just a matter of time. And the Russians and the Putin knows it. Why? Because Ukraine wants to have just the sort of military support, military guarantees. So some numbers of willing countries wants to send troops to Ukraine. And the question is, how the Russians, they see that. Because for them it's a red line. And there is, just the narrative, will be like the peacekeepers and so on. No, absolutely not. And we know it's not about the war between Ukraine and Russia. It's a war about, it's a proxy war, the NATO and Russia. And they know it. They know it. 100%, right? So there is no interest. If really Mr. Macron, if really Mr. Starmer from the UK wants a peace, there will be no talks, with Mr. Zelensky. Use the minimum logic. They trying, to make some agreement between them, between Ukraine, the US, European Union, and then they will, send this offer proposal to Moscow. And Moscow can, easily tell, we reject it. Period. We reject it. And when we're at the beginning. So the situation is, as it was. And the Russians know that they win on the battlefield. And there is a massive panic in NATO and Ukraine and the European Union because they need to buy some time. And in my opinion, you will see next year we will see escalation in Ukraine. We will see, some countries will send troops because these globalists, they know the economy in Europe absolutely falling apart, and they need to offer to show people distraction. There is nothing better than war, nothing better. And even now, when you open any, the mainstream media, there is no any, the talks about economy internally in France, the Germany, the UK, they are collapsing. No. The main topic is now the shooting in Australia, and that's it. That's it. Also, the last topic that I want to cover is announcement from Mr. Trump that Mr. Trump, what he's saying. He said, I'm ordering a total and complete blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers going into and out of Venezuela. So we see the escalation is going up, and I think also, in my opinion, we see a sort of military action. I'm not sure it will be like the US fully invade Venezuela, because in my opinion it will be like the second Afghanistan. So maybe we'll see some sort of special forces action, this kind of stuff. But, the US government wants to, take over the Venezuela's oil, period. That's all. This is their goal. They don't care about Maduro, right? Look like the 5-6 years ago, Maduro wasn't the problem for them. These drugs wasn't a problem for them, All of a sudden, they look after people, and the narrative is, the goal is to cut off these boats with all drugs. I'm not saying it's not. It's sort of it is. But main goal absolutely is oil, 100%. So, sorry, folks. So, look, the situation is not like the mainstream media try to show you. It's not like about this, the peace talks. it's BS, absolutely BS, you know. It's 100% distraction. And we even never know that, you know, the Russia, the Russians will accept it. I think not. There is no chance. Maybe some miracle, but in my opinion, not. So what we can see, you know, just the next year, still bigger collapse in European Union economy. They want to drag in some sort of countries to war and escalate in Ukraine. Yeah, this is what I see. And look, when I started to look at the price of gold and silver, silver was in $33, right? It was 2021. After 4 years, this price is almost double. So it's now 66. So you need to answer this question, where the price of gold and silver is going when we see the fiat money purchasing power is still collapsing and they will print more money, we'll see more inflation. Maybe it's time, it's good decision to invest some money and park some money and buy some, you know, the silver coins. It's not financial advice, it's just my opinion. But please bear in mind, next year will be more difficult. People will struggling more. People will getting more, you know, just in the trouble. So it's time to get prepared. Thank you very much. God bless.